It's David from Site3D here, and I'm going to quickly show you drainage inflows in Site3D. So I've already input the first phase of this project into Site3D, and we have it gravity fed going all the way down to this pond over here and then going to the outfall. Now there will be a second phase of this job up here, and it's going to connect through this manhole here. Now what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to replicate this drainage network's inflow into this network by adding an inflow into Site3D. To do this, we're going to go to the drainable area tools, click on the new drainage inflow option, and click and draw a shape. Now this shape is just a representation. It is not to do with the actual size of the inflow. It is just an indication that there is an inflow in this area. So in this case, I've just drawn a triangle like an arrow, but I could have actually drawn a large shape around the area to say that this whole area is this inflow. The next thing you're going to do is specify which manhole it's going to be inserted to. So this one's going to insert into this manhole here, and click it once. All I need to do now is go to the drainable area properties, select that inflow, and then I can change its type, I can change its area name, I can change its color, and I can also define its hydrograph. If we want to do a constant flow, I just click on here and then to set the flow to be whatever I need, say 5 liters per second. If I want to, I can also add in a variable time flow, which I'll show in a minute. So I put in a constant inflow for the moment, so just a single value in there will specify a constant flow. We can see this on the results if I go into the simulations, run a quick simulation, and then viewing the report, we can see that information come through. So we have our manhole schedule, pipe schedule, and then we have our inflow area schedule down here. So this is going to tell me I have inflow 1, which is the area that I just put in, assigned to S14 with a constant 5 liters per second. I can also then see that in the results. If I go right down to one of the actual results, we have on pipe 8, which is where it's actually being inserted into, we have a 5 liters per second maximum flow rate. If we wanted to, I could go back into the properties of that one and change it from a constant to a variable just by adding some extra values. So I could either say, well, it starts at 0, and then I could do at 5 minutes, I could do a 2 liters per second at say 10 minutes. I could do a say a 10 liters per second, and then at say 12 minutes, I could do a 4 liters per second. Now, what this will do is with the hydrograph, the first value is what the flow will come in at, and then the last value is what the flow will leave at. So in this case, it starts at 0, so it's going to have no flow at the beginning, and it's going to remain at 4 liters per second after the storm. So it'll stay at constant at that value afterwards. If we wanted it to have a, say, 2 liters per second coming in at the very beginning, right at the very beginning of the storm, we could specify that in here as well. So hit OK, and then I can run my simulations, click Run. And then we view the report, and we can see on the inflow schedule now we have our inflow 1 assigned to S14, but this time it says varies. In other words, it tells us what that is in the graph below. So we have both the input values and the actual graph, and you can see it starts at 0, goes up, up, and then down, and then stays at that value throughout the rest of the actual storm. Thanks for watching.